Spa is one of the most well-recognised tracks in F1 23, and many sim racers will know it from almost any other sim racing title around, as it features heavily across all forms of motorsport, which does say a lot about this track's heritage and quality. While many tracks in F1 23 have been updated and feel incredibly smooth, Spa still feels incredibly raw and bumpy throughout the whole lap. It's a track that requires a rather aggressive setup approach, although you always need to keep one eye on your tyre wear, as this high-speed circuit can really punish your car. Jumping into the aero setup for Spa, I've gone with a front wing aero of 15 and a rear wing aero of just 11. This approach really prioritises the front of the car to make it as responsive as we can within the limitations of the aero we have to play with. These limitations stop us from increasing the aero too far, otherwise we'll be incredibly slow along the faster, straighter segments of track. With a track that is so fast, you may be surprised to see me set the on-throttle diff to just 52%. Now this is designed to help keep rear tyre temperatures low, as well as maximising your traction out of the slower corners. For the off-throttle diff setup, go with just 50%, as this will increase your rotation into the final chicane, as well as a few other corners around the track. Due to the high-speed nature of Spa, I've opted for a very F1 22-esque geometry setup. Go with -2.7 and -1 on the camber, and then just 0.01 and 0.1 on the toe. This will really prioritise the high-speed segments of track. Typically, around Spa in F1 23 you'll want a stiff suspension. This will give you the best responsiveness, which is as important as ever around this track. However, you will be riding up and over a lot of curbs, and you'll also want to keep an eye on your tyre temperatures. A stiffer suspension can negatively affect both of these areas, so I've softened it down a little bit away from what could be a really aggressive setup. Go with just 31 on the front suspension and 10 on the rear, and then go with 10 and 3 on the anti-roll bars. For the ride height, I've opted for a slightly higher approach than many time trial setups, and this is to account for those large bumps throughout the track. A slightly increased ride height won't affect your straight line speed or downforce too much, but it will result in a vastly better ride quality, so go with 35 and 38. For the brakes, I've gone with our normal approach of 100% brake pressure and 55% brake bias, and then the tyre pressures are higher at Spa than I've used at other tracks so far. This will promote extra responsiveness and keep the tyres in their working window of around 95 to 105 degrees. Go with 23.6 psi and 23.5 psi on the front pressures, then opt for 20.8 psi on both rears. And that will round out our Belgium car setup for F1 23. This is a very fun track, along similar lines as Silverstone. The corners are primarily high speed, which really does test your car's high speed stability, and that is an area where this setup is designed to excel. But let me know how you get on with this setup in the comments below, and hit that like button as well, and also consider subscribing if you're liking these style of videos. But for now guys, enjoy your setup and I'll see you on track.